in the area, you know, where a studio was at that he had been familiar with a little bit because of his uncle knew the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was basically like some backdoor.
Y'all now rocking with
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report.
Ghetto Report podcast.
Got the internet going nuts for years now. You know what I'm saying? Take 600. What up?
Yeah. What's up, man? You know, y'all tapped in. It's Capone now.
Oh, it's Take Capone. Okay,
Yeah.
my fault. Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm tapped in with y'all, man. You know how we doing it.
You dropped the 600?
Nah, I ain't drop it. I just, you know, when I decided like I was gonna push the Capone, I just wanted to, you know, I'm always on some LA anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of this shit, you know, niggas forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, not saying even my hood, but just like people. You know what I'm saying? You be gone, you gone. The shit starting to drift away. I got to a point where I felt like his impact wasn't being felt by the people it's supposed to be felt by. You know, when you ain't around for a while, you know, that type of shit happens. So I just wanted to be Capone. So I keep putting it in their face, like, even though I'm Tay, like, this shit's still out here. You know what I'm saying? I bleed this shit. So that's really what it was, you know, some Capone shit. Like, we gonna keep the legacy going.
For sure. So you paying homage to your homie.
Every day.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Every day. Even when them gotta address me, they gotta pay homage to bro because they gotta call me Capone.
What year did he pass away?
2013, September.
You think about that day all the time?
Yeah, because that day was like a day that I was like heavily involved in. Like, I had got the call about him getting shot, and I had rushed to the hospital. And it was crazy because, you know, like both times he was shot, I was there for him in different ways. Like, I was actually right next to him when he got shot the first time, and he didn't die. You know what I'm saying? And I remember him being in the street, sitting out there like, stressed out, like talking to me and shit, like, damn, I'm hit. But, you know, and I never went to see him in the hospital because I was there with him when he got shot, and he treated it like it wasn't that serious. But when the day he got killed, the news wasn't that he was dead on sight. It was like he was dead. He got shot in the leg, you know what I'm saying? But
He got shot in the leg and died from that?
yeah, he died from it. But it was really more of a complication from the first time he got shot because he got shot in the same area.
Yeah.
Like, both times he got shot, it's like a year apart, but it was like in the same left thigh, right in this area type shit.
Wow, hit an artery or something?
Yeah, it hit an artery the first time. So it was like when it hit this time, it just like they couldn't stop the bleed. He really died from like the troubles of getting shot, not really getting shot. It was like, you know what I'm saying, all the shit that came with getting shot, reopening the first wound and not being able to stop the bleeding and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really how it happened.
Yeah. R.I.P. to him. So how did that affect you? Did it make you look at things different?
Yeah, you feel that shit was like an eye opener, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes, bro, even though I had dead homies at the time, I had dead friends then, but it was like, shit, that shit was like, I'm 16, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they killed LA. I'm 26 now. So,
you're still young.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when they kill folks, it's like, even though I had dead homies and idols that had been killed at that point, like, I ain't had felt no pain like what folks felt, you feel me? Even when he got killed, I had thought, like, I knew enough dead people at this point where it wasn't going to, like, do me how I was doing me. Because even though, like, he got killed when I was 16, I probably had 10, 15, maybe even 20 dead homies then when I was 16. Because I probably had Lil Steve, D-Thing, Baldy, Shaq, you know what I'm saying, from my block. I had 4 or 5 dead homies from O Block. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple dead homies from the front street, like, you know, hoods that I was clicked up with, not just my hood. You know what I'm saying? So I had dead friends, even friends that I was in school with that was getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had that amount of dead homies. So I was kind of even numb to it at that point. Like, man, like that shit after a while, I was like, damn, that's what come with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the night they killed LA, I thought it was going to be one of those, like, even though it was my best friend, I thought I was going to take it like that on some numb shit. Like, damn. Man, I cried like a baby, man. Like, when I got back to the crib after we got to doing all our extracurricular activity and trying to slide and all that shit, I got home like 4 in the morning. Looking at all our pictures, that shit started coming out. I just posted I tried to post every picture we had that night at like 5 in the morning, like, with the same caption. I couldn't even get shit else to come to my mind. I'm like, damn, fool. I'm sitting there crying, posting every picture on front of on my page. I remember that shit, sitting in my mama's room, crying my eyes out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit changed me because, you know, some niggas, when you get to a point, you know, he ain't just die on no, you know, we in the hood type shit. You know, he died trying to continue his career. He had a career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was at the point where, like, shit was finna start getting real. He was finna start meeting with labels. He was finna meet with T.I.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, shit was popping. He was doing M's on YouTube and all that. Like, we knew what was finna come. You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was, like, go.
Yeah.
And keep pushing. And it was gonna come. So when they killed folks, it was like, up also, because, you know, that being my best friend, even though we shorties, we having a lot of talks about shit like future. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thinking 20 years from now, like, what this rap shit gonna do, what it's gonna mean for us and our family. You know, we 16, we still idolize this street shit. We don't know nothing but this shit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So we at a position where it got to a point, like, we start thinking about other shit. Like, you know, we had Sosa and them to look at because they was, like, right before us, our time, before them got on. So we know what this shit could do for us. You know what I'm saying? We know the life that it could create for us and what we can be able to do from it. Yeah. We just got to get there. We already fantasizing about having big cribs and nice cars and kids and drip and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Smoking out the pee and drinking. We fantasizing about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's right there. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? Folks finna push through. You finna bring us home. So to get that call and be there, when they pronounced him dead, I was there.
You was in the hospital.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had picked up dirt and drove down, and I got the call. And I was pulling up to the crib in the hood. And I'm a shorty, so I'm thinking on some shit like, make it to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? It felt different. This call felt different from when he first got shot. It felt like, I don't know, something was telling me in my soul, go beef that for my homie. Yeah. So I was pulling up to the crib, but the people I was with was dropping me out. So I hit Dirk up to tell him to come grab me, but he told me his traffic was somewhere else. So I'm like, man, look, the person that was dropping me off, I ended up telling them, like, man, just slide me down for my homie. I got to see what's up. And when I hit Dirk, he basically on some shit like, nigga, come grab me too. Yeah. I'm like, nigga, I slid, grab folks. We slide down there and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being there for a minute. I got to the hospital, seen his mama, seen this. She sent me and folks right upstairs. She knew who I was. She knew I'm his best friend. So she gave me a wristband, sent me right up to his floor. I got up there.
He was still alive then?
At this point, they ain't pronounce him dead. Like, he in the room. Yeah. At this point, we all coming upstairs, like, on some shit. Like, we ain't no room for us to walk in and visit him. It's like, he in the back getting surgery.
Y'all like in a waiting room.
Type shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, at that point, we all just chopping it up with each other and shit. And I remember, like, sitting next to Dirk, like me and you sitting right now. And he like, the surgeon had came out. And she was bloody as hell. And then, like, 2 officers came out with him. It was like 2 surgeons and 2 officers, or 1 surgeon and 2 officers. But I remember, bloody as hell. When they came out and shit, Dirk tapped me like, man, they like they finna say he dead on phone. I'm like, yeah, that shit don't look right. You know what I'm saying? So when they asked us for all our attention, and they asked his immediate family to come, you know what I'm saying, right there, closer to them. And, like, I didn't want to hear what they had to say. I stayed where I was at because I was going to know what was said based off the reactions that his family gave. Like, if you finna say he dead, his family about to hit the floor. I'm going to know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as soon as they opened their mouth, I heard one of his sisters a scream, like one of those screams. You know what I'm saying? And I just knew it. I knew what time it was.
Where was he at when he got shot? He was in y'all hood?
He wasn't in our hood. He was somewhere on the east side, you know what I'm saying, in the area, you know, where a studio was at that he had been familiar with a little bit because of his uncle knew the people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was basically like some backdoor shit. Like, he supposed to been good where he was at. Like, them niggas that backdoored him, they knew his peoples, and they still backdoored him. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't in the hood. And it was a situation where, like, I didn't even know, you know, like, L.A. was my real best friend. Like, it wasn't really never knew too many times where he was just moving around and I had no clue where he was, even if he wasn't with me. Like, I knew he was over there or whatever. Yeah. This day, I hadn't even really remember talking to bro. Like, I don't remember talking to him, only getting a call about him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where he was and I didn't know what he had going on and none of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when that shit happened, it was just like, I had so many questions because he wasn't in the hood and, me, I'm not letting folks go nowhere by itself or without no pipe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit, like, I was the friend, like, not to try to make me sound over tough on them, but, like, we was just in too deep, and I wasn't trying to lose none of my niggas, man.
Yeah.
Like, I knew what had happened, and we rarely went outside our hood, because every time a nigga went out their hood, it felt like they got caught out of bounds. Like, back then, it's like, you safest in your hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you learn it from experience, from everybody else, everything that's happening to everybody else.
Yeah.
But do you still listen to his music?
Yeah.
Or is it tough?
I mean, it used to be tough when it first happened, you know what I'm saying? Because you get to that point where it's just like everything he say make you think. Sometimes I remember getting these songs sent to my phone when he made them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being in the studio with him when he made it. You know what I'm saying? Or I remember the vibe he was in when he made it. Or I remember him making it, like writing it in my room. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you get to that point where everything just make you think of some shit. You know what I'm saying? But then, sometimes, like, I get inspired, bro. Like, when I'm writing music and I get, like, a writer's block, I listen to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only listening. Everybody inspired by somebody.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody. We out rapping about the same shit. Like, so, whenever I need some inspiration, I try to listen to niggas like folks now who, like, can give me some real. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm too full of myself to go to any nigga's music for, like, inspiration. Like, I'm a raw nigga. I ain't going to no weak nigga for no inspiration. So if I'm listening to a nigga trying to get inspired, that's a nigga I think like that. You know what I'm saying? So I go listen to bro shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a vibe or inspired or even like catch a memory. Sometimes I listen to folk shit and it just bring back memories. Shit that was buried so deep in my mind that I done forgot about it and I remember it. Maybe even be able to go on my YouTube and speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So I definitely listen to bro. Not as much as I used to because his music keep coming up missing. Like, I go on Apple Music, sometimes his whole album be gone. Yeah, like, it be weird shit.
Who's in charge of it?
We have no idea. Like, somebody in charge of his whole estate making a hell of bread off him right now. His mama, and we can't figure it out.
So they making money and his mama don't even know, like, who's making the money?
She tried to locate him. And, people were smart. They ain't put their names that they go by or they even governments. They kind of... There's certain things where it look like we can't figure out who the person is. We can assume, but it's like that person or them people would never come out and say that they getting that guap from his estate because the money, they don't want to have to cut nobody in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people could think like LA music making somebody rich right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know how it is when people die. Everything go up. Like, that's why a lot of labels and shit try to, like, I ain't gonna say they cool with it, but if you get killed, like, they go eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and niggas, like, you see what happened to DMX when he died? Like, niggas music, even when you go to jail, R. Kelly music went up 200%. Like, cause like trauma bring the money in. You know what I'm saying? So somebody definitely ate and been eating off that shit.
You mentioned R. Kelly, y'all listen to R. Kelly still out here?
Shit, who ain't never stopped, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Before R. Kelly really, like, bro, the first cases, if I remember correctly, bro, he had got arrested for some shit and he had got out.
He beat it.
He was arrested for some shit, but he in the county when he was arrested for that shit, he had came home like niggas. He was all in V75. R. Kelly. They're like, bro, ain't nobody play with R. Kelly in this city about that shit. I ain't gonna lie, like. Yeah, it was like that. Even though some of the people he was going on the case against was from here, like, that nigga was good through here. He was walking through this bitch like, shit, I'm R. Kelly, bitch. I don't want that. He was just good because I was in the club with him and they played his music. He was in that bitch smoking a cigar. Everybody just staring at everybody and everybody. R. Kelly, girl.
Shit, this can't be the first case. This got to be the other case. He must have got bail or something on that.
Nah, when he first
was
had
in the club with
because remember somebody had bonded him out like some what they said one of his female some had because it was just a county case at first state. somebody cashed out and bonded him out, and he was out on bond. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And in the club.
In the club, nigga. And not even like the club. He was in one of them clubs, like, damn, nigga, you on the block. Might rob or kill you when you walk out this bitch on phone them. He in that bitch. And they're singing.
What part of Shy, what part of the rack is R. Kelly from?
Where you from? Cause I don't want to lie. I ain't gonna lie. I think he from the south side, but he might be from the west side. I ain't gonna lie. Cause he either from one of them. He ain't from the east or the north side. He from the south or the west side. I ain't gonna lie. I want to say the south side, but on phone them, something telling me leave the west open.
Yeah, leave the west open.
I ain't gonna lie. It might be the south side. Cause when he was hanging, this is where he was coming, but. You know, he used to be on the west side a lot, too. He got videos in White Palace with Aaliyah. That's on the west side. Well, no, that ain't west. You know what I'm saying? That's actually West Loop. That's Cermak. That's Chinatown. That ain't even... No, that's he from the south or west side. We gonna leave it
Yeah. He's from the city, either or.
Caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray. Gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama face. Yeah, I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray. Gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama